Hello guys and girls, we're going to be looking at our D major scale in 1 octave and arpeggio. This video is for the violas. Obviously you can tell by the alto clef there, so if you don't read alto clef, you're not a viola player, so this is not going to help you one bit. So anyways, viola players, hello. We're going to be learning to play the D major scale and the arpeggio all the way through, and we're going to try to go note for note by it as best we can, especially on the arpeggio section. So first, let's see what you know already. If you can play this arpeggio and scale all together, no problem, this exercise with me, with the video, then I think you're good to go. It just takes a little bit of time to get faster and better with dexterity. So with that being said, let's set our metronome to 55 beats per minute and get started. I'm going to try to angle myself a certain way so that way you can see me best you can on my fingerings. And then we'll see if we can play together real quick. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, and play. Alright, so if you did that pretty well, I think you're set to go. It just takes a little bit of time to get faster and get more dexterity in your fingers to keep up the speed. So if you're still having trouble because you don't know the fingerings, this video is just for you. So let's kind of go over the fingerings real quick. In the D major scale, if you don't know how to play those fingerings, I would suggest going on and practice and looking in your books for measurements for success to review those fingerings. This scale was one of the very first scales we ever learned, so you should have it memorized no problem. Otherwise, let's kind of go over the fingerings just real quick, a la the video camera that I have here. Open D, 1 E, 2 F sharp, 3 G, open A, 1 B, 2 C sharp, high D, 3 C sharp, 2, 1 B, open A, 3 G, 2 F sharp, 1 E, and open D. Those are the fingerings, so I suggest you practice those by yourselves to catch up with us for this video. Otherwise, now let's move on to the arpeggio, the fun portion, the part that's kind of getting everybody tripped up. So, moving on. Woo! That's a big review for the arpeggio. Remember, the arpeggio is supposed to be the first, the third, the fifth, and the octave in this exercise. What do I mean by that? Well, if you're looking at the scale, going back here, when we have a scale, we have 8 notes in this scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And when I say a number, or the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, seventh, seventh, and eighth, all that stuff means is the interval, the distance between the very first note and the next note and the next note, and so on, back and forth. And so when I say the first note of the scale for an arpeggio, I mean literally the first note. So in D major scale, what note would be the first note? D, you're correct. That's what we have here, A, D. All right? And so then in the arpeggio, we are kind of skipping every other note. So we have the first, the third, and the fifth intervals. That is the first, the third, the fifth, and in this case also the octave. So the first note in D major scale, again, is the D. The third note in the scale is F sharp. The fifth note is A. And then the octave is, yes, that high D, okay? So let's put the fingerings down to kind of know those fingerings as supposed to be played for the arpeggio. What's the first pitch? D. So we finger that as an open D. We will put a 0 above that. All right, the next pitch is the F sharp. That should be 2 fingers on the D string. Then the next pitch is an A, which is the fifth interval, also open string, open. Kind of see a pattern almost. And then we have the octave D, which is the finger 3, third finger, okay? And that's just the same order in reverse. Here are the fingerings up close, so you can kind of see as I pluck and move my fingers on the strings. Here's the D string, F sharp, open A string, and then the high D. Okay, let's pluck and sing those note names as we play them as quarter notes. Ready, and go. D, F sharp, A, D. All right, that's going up. Let's try going up and then back down. Ready, and D, F sharp, A, D, A, F sharp, D. Let's bow that. Ready, quarter notes. D, F sharp, A, D, A, F sharp, D. Great. Now let's try doing his quarter notes, but twice, as we have here the arpeggio written twice. Ready, and D, F sharp, A, D, A, F sharp, D. Awesome. If you did that perfectly, great. If not, always remember that you can go back on these videos so they can try it again and again and again until you get it right. Always try to do it at your own tempo too. That makes it easier for everybody, especially you. It's all about you. All right, moving on. Let's see if you can play that in rhythm. Okay, the rhythm is 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1. All right, let's try playing that together. 1, 2, ready, and play, and. Oh, I'm sorry. Ready, and play, and. Do it a little slower if that was too fast. Ready, and play, and. All right, and that's the D major arpeggio, doing it twice as we have here. If you think you have that down, let's try the whole exercise. If not, go back and rewind and see where you can fix any mistakes. Maybe mark some fingerings. Here we go. 1, and 2, and set, and play, and. There you have it. Hope this helps. Again, rewind this, practice at home, slower tempo. If you need some more help, come back to the video and find the spot that helped the most. All right, as always, have a great day, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.